It's a snowy day in Bergen.
Hi guys, and welcome back to the show and to the first vlog. If you're interested in this woodworking odyssey, then you can follow these vlogs to see, what happens in between the videos and kind of try to glue them together a little bit, In this vlog, we're going to take a look at the state of the workshop, some new tools that I got, some tools that we got coming, and what I'm currently working on.
Hey, what happened?
First of all, I'd like to talk a little bit about why I'm doing this vlog. I can't make the videos in this storytelling mode from one video to the next. And that is what I want to use these vlogs for. So I want to use these vlogs to connect the dots, so to speak.
And the first of those would be the back panel for my mobile miter station. Now bear in mind that this was filmed quite some time ago. I used a rabbit bit on my router to make this cut, but it caused a lot of tear out. Now this red temp plywood is horrible to work with, but there is some user error here. To avoid this kind of tear out, you can score a line at the correct depth of the rabbet. That will prevent a lot of the tear out you see here. I only wish I knew that at the time of filming this. Making the cut in small passes alleviated a little bit of the tear out, but it was still bad. The plywood I used was 19 millimeters or 3/4 of an inch thick. It is overkill for sure, but what I had available at the time. At least the next time the rebels attack, one shot from an X-wing won't take this station down. You'll see more of this belt and disc sander later, but here I made a test piece before rounding over the corners of the back panel. This footage is so old that you can even see the multi-fail table and the old timber rack in the background. A few taperoos from my persuader seated the back panel nicely, and I found a new use for the miter saw as a glue weight. Luke, I am Nomad Makes. This is the current state of the miter station. There is still a lot we could do with this, but it is very functional and has its own shop vac inside the cabinet. I have hinted about this in previous videos, and here you see me basically reorganizing the whole workshop. Basically, I put the workbench across the room instead of lengthwise, and the table saw back to back with the workbench to use it as an outfeed table. This is the preliminary results after I built the wall-mounted timber racks. And as you can see, space is at an absolute premium here. You may notice that the boards are not stickered, but I just don't have the space, so I have to risk it. This is the area behind the workbench. Still a bit messy in this picture, but I got space for the cupboard next to the lathe and a rack for shorter timbers above the lathe. Also, the planer thicknesser is easier to move around like this. This is the belt and disc sander you saw earlier, now in the world's shortest unboxing. And the more keen-eyed of you may notice that this footage is before the reorganization of the workshop. And also before I chopped the bench. The noise you hear in the background is the Thor filtration unit, which is advertised as being quiet, which is not, and it doesn't clear the air either, so I just call it my power to noise converter.
So this is what was in the box. We got the main unit with a belt, little bag of nuts and whatever. There's the table for the disc sander. I think this is a shield, and here's some parts for the disc sander. There's also a 80 grit sanding disc. What looks like a completely useless user manual. And some emphasis to the user's manual. Oh yeah, and there was this miter gauge.
The setup of this was quite straightforward, but the useless manual caused more confusion than it was helpful. If you've never used a disc sander before, they are great, but bear in mind that you only use the disc on the downstroke, meaning that the useful area is only a quarter of the disc. As you see here, not much pressure is needed to stall the sander, so it is a bit underpowered. Another thing to mention is that the platen underneath the belt is either not stiff enough or insert below the wheels, so if you take off the stop and sand a long piece on top, the wheels will make indents. It is still a nice little machine though, and Baby Vader likes it as well.
I've got some new and interesting tools coming to the workshop, and one of them is a thicknesser from Maxminster with a helical head. I'm really looking forward to that. And also I have a new router that I'm going to mount in the workbench, so I get my router table back because I've been missing that functionality.
What is happening here?
Well, I'm in the process of designing a media bench or a TV bench that I hope to build in a shaker inspired or mission inspired style. The videos that I have coming up is I've planned a review of my Shepak HMS 850 planer thicknesser and a couple of planer mod videos that will show you how you can live with that planer if you have purchased it or a similar planer to that one. I've got a couple of videos coming up about some patio work that is more home improvement style maybe than the pure workshop tool related woodworking we've been doing here, but I'm really looking forward to those videos as well. Then I'm going to make a review of the DeWALT DWE 485 table saw and tell you why I sold it. Lastly, I'm preparing a video of the lathe that I got and repairing it, my first turning and so forth. And also, if you want to see what I'm currently working on, more up to date, because these videos take me quite a long time to edit and prepare and whatever, then you can follow me on Instagram. And there, whatever I post on Instagram is mostly just photos and stuff from the workshop, and it'll tell you more about my current projects.
What's your
What's
name?
a purpose?
Do you have one?
Now, there won't be a Q&A section in this video, but if you have any questions for me that are maybe they're not suited under whatever of the other videos, please post them here. And if you can, please say tag it with Q&A or something in the beginning. And I'll try to bring those questions into the next vlog.
I'd like to take the opportunity to shout out another YouTuber I came across recently, James Irvin. At the time of editing, he has only 159 subscribers, but the quality of the videos, the furniture he makes, the subtle humor, and the knowledge he shares is really great. A channel with 100,000 plus potential, if you ask me. So go check him out, and if you do, remember to say hi from me.
But again, that is it for today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please remember to leave a thumbs up. If this is your first visit to my channel, please consider subscribing. If you want to support me, you'll find a Patreon link and affiliate links to products I use and recommend below. And if you click those links and purchase, I get a tiny little bit of kickback that will help support the channel. So, cheers guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.